Hello, my name is Jordan Knight from Binghamton University, and this is my opening proposition argument. Resolved. The United Nations should adopt a resolution decrying or demanding an end to the annual dolphin hunt in Taiji, Japan. It is the responsibility of the United Nations to adopt a resolution demanding an end to the annual dolphin hunt in Taiji, Japan. After extensive research, it is not just the case that the damages sorely outweigh the benefits, but it does not seem feasible that there is an argument that can be made that the annual dolphin hunt in Taiji brings about any positive effects. Cetacean meat plays a major role in the Japanese diet and is extremely popular. A reason for this is that according to local wholesaler Mitsutani Iku, dolphin meat sells for about 2,000 yen, about $16 a kilo, cheaper than beef or whale. However, this fairly low going rate comes at a price. The butchered dolphins in the annual Taiji dolphin hunt are later used for food, but the Japanese government has intentionally sheltered people from the dangers of eating them. Consumers of dolphin meat run the risk of mercury poisoning due to high levels of the toxin within the animals. Also, according to Sakihemi and her husband Professor Eiji Fujiwara, creators of the Elsa Nature Conservancy, in Taiji, the consumption of dolphin meat is decreasing because of the contamination of the meat. Plus, the New York Times has reported that dolphin meat, and I quote, is hardly a vital source. Only a minority of Japanese eat whale, and dolphin is even less common, end quote. That article also shared the results of tests of dolphin meat that found mercury poisoning ranging from 10 to 100 parts per million, far above the Japanese government's advisory level of zero point 0.4 parts per million. Another argument that is made is that the passing of the legislation by the United Nations to end the Taiji dolphin hunt would deprive a substantial amount of Japanese fishermen from making a living. However, currently only 8.5% of the people in the town of Taiji are employed in fisheries, and only about 100 people at most depend on dolphin hunting or dolphin hunting related activities for their livelihood. So, it seems that the true incentive for these dolphin hunts does not seem to be the $600 return for dolphin meat. No, the more lucrative captive dolphin industry is the driving economic force behind the dolphin slaughter in Taiji. In the U.S. alone, dolphinariums represent an $8.4 billion industry, with a live dolphin grossing nearly $20,000, as opposed to the $600 for a deceased dolphin. So what is the problem with these dolphinariums? It seems that the capturing and the purchasing of these dolphins brings about positive economic outcomes for the Japanese economy and for the economies of the countries who choose to display the mammals. However, in the wild, dolphins swim up to 100 miles per day. But captured dolphins are confined to tanks that may be only 24 feet long, 24 feet wide, and 6 feet deep. They navigate by echolocation, or the bouncing off of sonar waves off other objects to determine their shape, density, distance, and location. But in tanks, the reverberations from their own sonar bounce off the walls, driving some dolphins insane. Jacques Cousteau said that the life for a captive dolphin, and I quote, leads to a confusion of the entire sensory apparatus, which in turn causes in such a sensitive creature a derangement of mental balance and behavior, end quote. In the wild, dolphins can live into their 40s and 50s. Some have been documented to be more than 90 years old. But more than 80% of captive dolphins, whose ages could be determined, die before they turn 20. And those at SeaWorld and other marine parks rarely survive for more than 10 years. So while displaying these dolphins can bring revenue, it comes at a terrible price. According to the United Nations Environment Program, large-scale fishing operations are seriously threatening the lives of the majority of toothed whale populations, which include dolphins and porpoises, and the report, launched on the Convention on the Conservation of Migratory Species of Wild Animals website, noted that some 86% of all toothed whale species are at risk from the entanglement, and death in gillnets, traps, wires, longlines, and trawls. Many Japanese organizations, like JARPA, have been ordered by the International Court of Justice to cease any types of whale hunts that were originally being permitted through permits of scientific research. What has to happen is that the International Court of Justice needs to continue to have more of an active role in abolishing the rights of these Japanese fishing laws by eliminating the loopholes that give way to the further slaughtering of these precious creatures.